I'm like this. I have another sieve of memory. It's a stress-induced then. Nope, didn't get it out in time. Didn't get them for free, annoyingly. It's just healing ward, not healing ward V. Alright. When I was on Kolgarot, I saw healing ward 5. Okay, we still have a few more of trolls here to kill. A couple more. Thinking I might want to go. Yeah, someone's been through here. We saw that dead fisher earlier, and now a guy just spawned right behind me. Yeah, and someone else is after spawning over there. And there. I imagine we probably should double back the way we came. Okay, there we go. But yeah, we should look back this way and see what's here now. We've nearly hit the next level, 32, sorry. We've also passed 70 charms. Nice. To be honest, doing what I'm doing right now can really take the charm out of leveling characters. It really can. It makes it become more of a pain and a burden than enjoyable experience. So if you're ever playing WoW, don't fucking do it. I suppose some people are alcoholics and will be fine, but as you can tell, I'm not one. It's like I said, it's not necessarily really an enjoyable experience. Just like having to just sitting down and churning out characters. Just like, oh, I have to, have to get them to this point. Have to do it for like these 10 guys. It's not fun. I haven't even got into repeat content stuff yet. I think I would want to like start reading books. If only to so I have something to comment on when I'm recording. I have been reading the it's over here, let me grab it. Just put it there. Okay, let's just grab this guy. Wish I had blink right now. That would be handy. The Rise of Lakamora. It's a book set in kind of it's meant to be like a Venice-y place, I think. Venice is the place with all the canals, right? I think so. It's been a while since I've heard anyone mention Venice, so yeah, I kind of forget about the place. But it's kind of a Venice-y kind of place. And Locke is a thief. He's the Tornakamor. And as the back says, plenty of myths have been spawned about the Tornakamor, but Locke doesn't really measure up to it. He's part of the Gentleman Bastards, a group of thieves based out of a, other than them, unoccupied temple dedicated to a god of helping the less fortunate. or at least that's seemingly like the god's main thing anyway, if not his only thing. They have like a basement underneath where they store all their stuff and live quite well because they steal from a lot of people. People they're actually not meant to. There's some like secret piece. They kind of ignore it. Basically, the secret piece is between like the leader of the criminals, the Kappa, and the Duke's secret police. The criminals can go after, aren't to go after nobles or whatever, like the upper crust, they're not to go after them. The criminals can go after other people, kind of thing. Or I can't actually remember the full details of what the secret police is meant to be, the secret piece is meant to be, but that's probably the crux of it anyway. But yeah, they kind of just ignore that and do what they like, though they keep it quite quiet, as the Kappa would not take kindly to it. He feeds people to sharks. He lives in a wrecked galleon, and there's sharks just like kept underneath it. Well, by kept, I think they can swim under it, and out to sea and all that. But I was reading it up. The first story. Anyway, let me start this point again. The first story in the first book, I should say, is a revenge story. The second is apparently a heist, I think. Though saying that, there is plenty of thieving and whatnot that takes place in the first book. Okay, I need to find 3 more headhunters. So, yeah. Anyway, the book follows Locke, Jean, Bug, Caldo, and Galdo. Sorry, I had to stop and try and remember their names. It follows those 5. They're the gentleman bastards. Locke is, as you can probably guess by his name being on the fucking title, he's the main one. The story isn't just solely a, there's 2 stories ongoing throughout the book. A flashback and a, what you're currently on, lies a lot more. His current lie, it shows him growing up, joining the, gentleman bastards, that kind of thing. And his training there and whatnot. While the other story covers, the stuff he's getting up to more recently. I don't really want to go into it too much, because I don't want to spoil anything. But, well, I'll say this. He covers like a heist he was doing, and a... Come on, kill it. There we go. A heist he was doing, and a adversary he comes into contact with. There was a guy going around killing the right people, the Kappa's men. That's what they're called, the right people. And it's always capitalized to do. He was going around killing them. In fact, he even killed one of Kappa's kids. Kappa didn't take it too kindly. The guys that were with the guy didn't see it. So yeah, he doesn't take it well. But I'm not going to say any more because I'm spoiling. But yeah, it covers those 2. It's actually not half bad a book. I was getting quite into it when I was reading it the other day. That's why I was reading it out loud. that's why my voice was kind of sore back in when in the second Colgrot set I had recently, the last one, the one where I got the Outlands. So that's why I was standing in the sitting room reading. I was standing because I didn't want to sit. I was so into the book. I was reading for a couple hours, so just so fucking into it, you know. It didn't really grab me at the start, but as I've gotten into it and whatnot, it's, you know, it gets me all the more, you know. There's this place right here. I figure we're probably going to get sent into it for a follow-up to this troll quest. I figure anyway. But yeah, I didn't get really into it at the start, but the more I read it, the more I got into it. Might actually be sent over here to deal with the more boulder fists. Remember throwing myself into here on my pally when the area back pre-kata. I don't remember what level the area was. I think it was 40 somethings. I threw myself in as like level 38, fought my way in. It was a bit difficult because it was a little under level for the quest, but I managed to fight my way in and kill off the leader at the back. I was quite happy with myself. The quest was like orange and I still pulled it off with relative ease. So yeah, that book was quite. I still haven't finished it yet. There's only like a few tens of pages left. Another book I've finished off a little while back was Book 2 Part 2 of the Stormlight Archive. It's done by the guy who finished off the Wheel of Time series. He was the not sure what you call it, but he was called into I basically put the guy's notes together into a book, into, you know, a novel format. And the guy, even though there's only going to be one book left, the guy had so many damn notes, he ended up putting together, making 3 books out of it. But Brendan Sanderson, I believe this guy's name. Yeah, Brendan Sanderson. It's, hold on. I think I actually talked about this book before, back in Colgrot. Oh, nice. Got a bit of stuff there. Part of me is just feeling, oh, Blizzard get pissy with me for doing this. Like, I'm not advertising them. I'm just simply saying, oh, I like this thing. I like this thing. You know, it's just like, I'm running out of things to say, damn it. I've done over over 1,000 episodes of WoW. Over 1,000. Over 1,000. Like, in Legion alone, I've done over 600 episodes. I'm like halfway through 600. Then you add in WoD, I've done over 1,000. Never mind all of these vids I've done. All of the previous iteration of these alts. I'm kind of running out of things to say, so this is just to give me something to say. It's either that or just for the entire fucking sets, you know? Won't even bother wearing a headset. But anyway, Stormlight Archive, it's, how do you even start to describe this? Well, it follows a couple of different characters. It's unlike the other thing where it's mostly following Locke. These books have a set of main characters. Kaladin. Sorry, I'm confusing with my guys. With my Demon Hunter. Kaladin. Excuse me. You follow Kaladin. Kaladin, damn it, Kaladin. A General Dalvar. I think that's his first name. A girl called and a girl called Shandalyn. A few other people get, a point of view, not necessarily chapter, but point of view segment but these are the 3 main people. There's also people who get like intermission chapters. These are some, in most cases, bar like one. These are people who aren't actually in the story. This is Banish. Banish is a enemy demon, aberration, or elemental. Can only do 1, and it only works for 30 seconds. Like intermission chapters, like after Act 1, there'll be an intermission chapter of there'll be 3 intermission chapters. And they'll show this one guy wakes up in an alley. He's no clothes. His clothes have been sewn. He nicks some, and he sees a giant sprint. These are like there's wind sprint, wind sprint, heat sprint, glory sprint. One character is theorizing that sprint are actually due to humanity's incessant need to personify everything. They spawned from that insistent personification. Whether it's she's right or not, it's part of me feels it's almost a bit early for such truth, But in either case, and that was actually from book 2. Spoilers. But while another one will show a guy who's a shoemaker and something that happens there. I don't want to say any more there, but it is an interesting book. It takes mostly place within this one culture, though you do get to see bits of other ones. Like this one culture, women have to keep one hand hidden. It's their safe hand. Men don't have any such thing, but it's unseemly. It's wrong for a man to be literate, unless he's a priest. Similarly, diets are also divided along gender lines. While women are the ones allowed to read and write. Similarly, if a king wants to have something read to him, it's typically going to be by a woman, and regardless who reads it to him, they're going to leave out the footnotes, and the footnotes will have the actual facts that matter. So they may say, "Oh, the king saw these people and knew they were important," and in reality, well, that's what the book may say, but the footnote will say, "Yeah, no, the king had his head stuck up his ass at the moment, so his advisor had to point it out to him." He mightn't say it quite like that, it's still a feudal society, but, it's, but that's the crux of it. Basically, they'll give one view, while the footnote will have a more accurate thing, and the accurate thing won't be read out as to preserve that knowledge for future generations, but that will mean that, say if a guy has to make a decision, he's going to make it based off of false information. It hasn't been clarified that that basically it'll be a kind of retelling, in the king's case, how he knew immediately that they were important, well, in reality someone had to point it out to him. Will the flubs be non-dangerous? They will get the same point across, but they may just word it differently in a more flattering way, like that. Still, it's inaccurate and whatnot, but it's rather than saying, the Crusaders, Deus Vult and all that. They went to the Holy Land. Initially, they believed that the Muslims they were encountering, the reason why they used the tactics they did, where they would ride around in large circles on horse cavalry, which made them really hard to fucking hit with archers. They believed that the reason they were so fucking hard to fight was because they were so full of blood that the slightest nick will cause them to rupture forth and just die immediately of blood loss. They found that out to be false. My thought is, would it be just a minor little creative retelling that would ultimately isn't the biggest of worries, or would it be telling the king that that's true, while the footnote saying, yeah, no, they're not, they're average fucking humans. Which would it be? Minor creative retelling, or giving outright misinformation? That's my worry. When I initially read it, I was taking it as outright misinformation. Because, he wasn't giving the full facts of the matter.